The Move Labels to Annotation tool is very easy to use. In my map, I'm currently displaying annotation for support structures in black and the labels for those support structures in magenta. As you can see, the labels match the annotation. My goal is to move each label into the position occupied by its related annotation so that I can preserve all of the hard work of cartographic text placement my editors have been doing over the years. Ultimately, though, I want to retire this legacy annotation feature class so that I can take advantage of dynamic labeling. Now, I could attempt to move individual labels using the representation toolbar, like so. Select the feature, and then move it. But trying to get each one in the exact spot would be challenging to say the least, particularly if there were thousands of features. So instead, what we can do is work with the Labels to Annotation tool. That tool looks like this. This guy right here. In the window that appears, we see that we can choose any layer in our map that uses representation. Representation is configured in Art Catalog. Let's have a quick look at that. So I've selected support structure here, and I'm going to go to Properties. Again, this is in Art Catalog. And on the Representation tab here for the feature class properties, you see that I've configured a representation. We can go to the properties of that and see that what this has actually done is add an override field for us to this particular feature class. And what that override field allows us to do is store alternate geometry for purposes of symbolization. Now, because this layer also happens to have related feature-linked annotation, this drop-down box is populated. You might have more than one related annotation class for a given representation layer. We can choose to convert all features, or we can choose to convert only those that are part of the selected set, or only those that are within the current extent. I'll choose the Active Extent option here. When I click the Execute button, go ahead and click on that, we see a progress bar appear, and we'll see a message box that will tell us how many features have been processed. In this case, just 5 features were processed because of the 5 that are in the current extent. We see that the labels match up perfectly with the annotation. Go ahead and click on OK here and dismiss here, and then just so you can see that the annotation is exactly behind the labels, I'll go ahead and turn off the annotation. We can see the labels there, and if I turn off the labels will disappear. I'll turn back on the annotation. There's the annotation, and turn back on the labels. So they are in the exact same position. Now, had I moved all of the labels, I could now retire my annotation feature class altogether. You may have noticed that I'm working with the ArcFM Advanced Labeling toolbar. Although AAL is not required to use this tool, it does come with the Move Labels to Annotation tool. So what we've seen in this demonstration is that it's easy to move labels interactively, and that the Move Labels to Annotation tool allows us to do that in bulk. Using this technique, we can retire the legacy annotation feature classes and use labeling instead. With labels, we have many advantages, including the ability to dynamically change the label expression at will, improved performance, reduced size of the database, and improved database health. I encourage you to also investigate ArcFM Buzz posts about ArcFM Advanced Labeling to learn how AAL can really improve the quality and usability of the text that you work with on your map.